My name is Linda Carver, and at 64, I thought I'd seen every kind of family drama possible. But nothing, and I mean nothing, prepared me for the night my own son and his wife locked my husband and me in our basement. It started on a cold Saturday evening in our quiet Ohio suburb. My son, Derek, and his wife, Alyssa, had been living with us for about 3 months to get back on their feet. At least, that's the excuse they gave. Truth was, they had drained their savings with bad spending habits, blaming the economy, blaming us, blaming anyone but themselves. But they were family, and family helps family, right? Well, that's what I believed. My husband Frank, on the other hand, always kept a careful eye on them. I never understood why, not until that night. We were heading downstairs to grab some old photo albums when I heard the unmistakable click, the sound of the basement door locking. I froze. "Derek?" I called up the stairs. "Why did you lock the door?" Silence. Then footsteps, slow, deliberate. Alyssa's voice floated through the wood. "You two need to stay down there. Don't make this harder." "What the hell are you talking about?" I yelled. Frank grabbed my arm gently. "Linda, take a breath." But I was spiraling. Why are they doing this? What do they want? We could hear them rummaging upstairs. Drawers opening, furniture scraping, cabinets banging. They were searching for something, or everything. "They're looking for the safe," he whispered. I snapped toward him. "We don't have a safe." He paused. Then, in a low voice, "We do." "What?" Frank stepped toward the far basement wall, the one made of stacked brick and old mortar, the one that came with the house when we bought it nearly 40 years ago. He ran his fingers along a specific brick, then pressed inward. The brick moved, a perfect rectangular push. My jaw dropped. The entire section of wall, a concealed panel, loosened from the frame. "Frank, what is happening?" He turned to me with those steady blue eyes that somehow always kept me calm. He said, "There's something I never told you. I hoped I'd never have to." Behind the panel was a small room, more like a narrow vault, filled with dusty metal boxes, rolled documents, and 3 lock-sealed containers. "Frank, are we criminals?" He chuckled softly. "No, but my father was smart. He worked in construction and built things other people didn't know about. When we bought this house, he helped me create this hideaway. I've been storing our emergency money, property deeds, and a few things from my security consulting business." "You have how much in there?" "A lot more than Derek thinks." My stomach twisted. So Derek knew there was money, he just didn't know the location. Upstairs, the chaos grew louder. Drawers slamming, furniture crashing, Alyssa's cursing like a storm. Frank placed a hand on my shoulder. "Linda, sit tight and stay quiet. They don't know this wall exists." "But we locked us in. We need to call the police." He gave me a smirk. "We will, but not yet. First, I want to see just how far our son is willing to go." That last part cut deeper than anything. A few minutes later, Alyssa's voice shouted down the stairs, "Just tell us where the money is. We know you have it." So that was it. Greed, pure and simple. Frank leaned close to the door and shouted back, "There is no money. Leave the house before you make things worse." Her response was a string of words I won't repeat. I clutched my chest. "Frank, they're dangerous. Our own son." His voice softened. "I'm done protecting him from consequences." 30 minutes later, the noise upstairs stopped. Then we heard the front door slam. Frank waited 5 full minutes before pulling out his phone. He dialed Sheriff Horton, his old friend. "Tom, it's Frank. They're gone. Come by fast and bring a warrant." By the time Derek and Alyssa returned, garbage bags in hand, clearly intending to take more, 6 patrol cars were lined up in our driveway. Alyssa tried to run. Derek tried to talk his way out. Neither worked. They were arrested on the spot. Burglary, unlawful imprisonment, attempted theft, property damage, the list went on. When the officers finally freed us from the basement, Derek looked at me like I had betrayed him. "Mom, you let them arrest me?" "No," I told him. "You did this." And for the first time in years, he did not argue. 2 months later, a judge granted us a restraining order and sentenced them both to time served plus mandatory restitution. They're still paying us back, slowly, painfully, and trust me, Frank makes sure every dollar is accounted for. As for the secret room, Frank showed it to me in full. Insurance documents, retirement cash, even a small emergency gold stash from his father. "Why did you hide this from me?" He kissed my forehead. "Because I never wanted you to worry, and because I prayed we'd never need it. But life has a funny way of forcing your hand. What I do know is this: blood doesn't give anyone the right to betray you. And sometimes the people you raise become strangers until you finally let reality show you who they really are." That night broke my heart, but it also opened my eyes. And thanks to Frank, we had one hell of a backup plan.